Hey guys, EBPMAN here, and if you've been looking for headphones that have over 40 hours of battery life, have great audio quality, superior call quality, and let's face it, rain resistant too, then you're going to want to watch this video because we're going to take a look at the Jabra Elite 85H. They check all those boxes and many more. Let's get right to it. Now, being transparent, I did receive these headphones from Jabra, but they did not influence this review. This is coming from someone who spends an average of 6 hours a day on the phone, but loves music. So in this video, we're gonna look at call quality, and you're gonna hear what the caller hears. We're gonna talk about audio quality. We're gonna test the passive and active noise cancellation with the hear-through technology. So you're gonna hear what I hear, and also what I don't. We'll then cover the basic app, and you'll learn more about the 85H and why you may wanna make this your next headphone.
Make sure you hit the subscribe button and tap the little bell icon to get notified when new videos become available.
All right, so let's go ahead and pull the headphones out of the box. So what we have here is the actual headphones themselves in a really nice travel case. It feels very, very leather-like, and it really isn't that thick at all. So we'll put this over to the side here. We do have an instruction card, and this instruction card talks about how you turn on the Jabra Elite 85H. And we'll talk about that more in a second. And then you have a little declaration card here, as well as information about the Jabra app that you need to download. Now, we've used this app before with the 65Ts active, and also we've looked at this for the Evolve. So same app that's going to work for all of these headphones. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the headphones themselves, and we'll talk about the specs. Now, taking a closer look at the headphones, we'll go ahead and unzip the case. And this is a really nice case. It feels very leather-like, and it has this really nice plush material. What you'll immediately see is that the headphones are really nicely organized here. We'll move them to the side. You have some cables, an aux cable, USB-C cable, and then you have an airline adapter. For some international flights, I found that they use this type of plug. But so you have everything that you need to listen to music with any corded device, so that's pretty neat. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the headphones a little bit closely. And we'll go ahead and open them up just like this. So as we take a look at these, first thing that you'll notice is that it is a cloth implementation. So you have cloth on these, but remember, these headphones do have a nanotechnology that coats these that make it water resistant. So you have 2-year warranty against dust and moisture. And the neat thing about this is, unlike your phones where you have kind of these little gaskets and things that prevent water from getting in, this has a nanotech technology that all the components have been coated that make it water resistant. So that's definitely a thumbs up there. Now, as we take a look at the headphones, they're very flexible. There's no creaking sounds. And if I flip these over, you'll notice that you have these earpieces here that are not as large as some of the earpieces that we've seen on some of the other headphones. You will notice on this side you have your right and you have your left indicator. And these do extend. So as you pull them out, you can extend them on each side as you need to. All right, so you can see that extension happens there. And then you have both cloth and a leather-like material, synthetic leather material that is for the actual headpiece here. Now, as I'm opening and closing these, it doesn't feel like it's going to be a vice type experience, but as we put them on, we'll get into that detail. Now, also, one of the things that I'll just highlight with these is that you do have the synthetic leather material, and I do find once again that these seem to be a little bit smaller than normal. I typically see them that are a little bit more round shape and a little bit larger, so we're going to see how this fits in a second. Now, the cool thing about these is, and I want you to watch something right here. As soon as I turn them, watch what's going to happen. Notice how the little light turned on? When you twist this way, you immediately turn on the headphones. Now, these headphones have some really cool features. One of the things that they have is after 72 hours, they will shut down. After 72 hours, they turn off completely, which is going to give you up to 1 year standby time. And you heard that right. 1 year standby time. So that's pretty crazy. Now that you've opened them up like this and they're ready to go, what we'll do is, let's see what they look like on. So I'm going to go ahead and put them on. All right, so as soon as you put these on, you're going to get a communication telling you that the battery level, so in my case it's saying battery high, and it's saying that it's connected to the paired device. Now you're going to be able to pair this with up to 8 different devices, and not only that, but it supports Bluetooth 5.0, and it does allow you to connect to 2 devices simultaneously. So that means that if you have your tablet and your phone going, or you have 2 phones, like a work phone and a personal phone, when another phone call comes in, it's going to switch the audio source automatically. So it has that multi multi-pair technology that we don't see in, for example, the Sonys that we reviewed on the channel. Now, the first thing I'll mention about this is as you look at this part here, it doesn't cover my ear completely, so you see my earlobe right here just coming out a little bit, dangling, and I don't really see that with other headphones, so I wish that they were a little bit larger. The other thing with these is that while I don't have a vice feel on the very top, I do feel that there's some overheating. So I can feel that they're warm somewhat. So if you're going to use these outdoor in a very warm climate, you may feel some sweating coming from these. The other thing is that they are not as light as the Sony. So these weigh, I think it's around 296 grams. Yeah, 296 grams. So they're a little bit heavier. They're not the lightest. So I put them right in between the Sonys and the Bose. So right in between. So there's some weight to it there. But besides that, they feel okay. So I just feel that they're a little bit warm and a portion of my ear lobe comes out. All right, so that's what they look like. Now, taking a look at the buttons, so what you do have is a couple buttons. One that's going to mute your mic and then also activate your either Alexa, Siri, or Google Assistant. You also have this button right here, which is going to go through various modes that we're going to see in a couple seconds. You do have a headphone jack and then USB-C connection there. And remember, these both support active noise canceling and also passive noise canceling. So let's go ahead and take a look at more of the specs in detail before we start going into the call quality review, audio review, as well as the other features. Now, a couple of the specs that I just wanted to make sure we covered is the active noise canceling type technology that you have here. So this system is going to be using 4 of the device's 8 microphones to digitally cancel noise. So that means that what you'll be listening to is going to be orchestrated through 4 mics listening and then using the AI to actually cancel out that noise. You have passive noise cancellation, and I'll tell you, when I put them on, you do hear that there is a reduction in ambient noise, and that's good. You have wind noise protection. We talked about the voice assistance, and then you have an adaptive smart sound. Now, the adaptive smart sound is going to use those mics again to listen to what's going on around you, and then it's going to adjust the audio so that you have a better audio experience. One thing I will mention to you is that when you do have adaptive sound, if you have any settings like increasing the bass, the mids, or the highs, anything like that, that the smart technology is going to be overriding that. You have 8 microphones that we talked about. We've already looked at. Oh, it does support when you put them on. When you take them off, you have pause for your music. If you get a phone call, that also pausing, all that feature. So you have autoplay and pausing depending on the situation. And now this is one of the areas I thought is super cool, and we talked about this in the intro. 41 hours of battery life, and that's even with active noise canceling off. But if you have it on, you don't really lose a lot. So 36 hours with ANC on, and that is super. That really outclasses all the other headphones that we reviewed on the channel. It has that sleep mode, and then the charging time for the full unit is 2.5 hours. But get this, if you charge for 15 minutes, notice this, you charge this for 15 minutes, you're going to be able to get up to 5 hours of usage. So it has that quick charge technology. 15 minutes gives you 5 hours. So I think that that's pretty fantastic. And then from a connectivity perspective, Bluetooth 5.0, it's going to have the standard 33-foot range, and I've seen that in my experience pretty well here in my home and office. And you can pair up to 8 devices, as I mentioned, with 2 of them being able to be connected simultaneously. On the general side, just have some general information here. Again, the weight as we discussed, and pretty much that's it. So let's go ahead and now talk about the actual audio quality experience. So next, let's talk about the audio quality. And I'll talk a little bit about how I tested these headphones. So first of all, from an audio quality, you're going to have the sound signature is more of a warm sound signature. So it's going to favor a lot of the bass, mids, and highs are there. But it's not going to be really, really heavy. So it has a warm signature to it. It also has a really good sound stage. And I just want to share with you this song that I was listening to. And I've tested several other songs, but I really like this one because of how it introduces the voices or the vocal and then all the instruments afterwards. So I've looked at this for a couple of headsets, and what I like about Noah's song here that we're looking at is that the first couple seconds of this song, and I'm just going to play it as we're talking about this, it have an exclusive vocal. So you have a guitar in the background, but then you have a single voice that is singing. And then as you start going through the song, as it goes into 20, 25 seconds of the song, they start to introduce some other voices. So you have a backup singer that comes in. And as this chorus or other singers come in, I'm still not losing the quality of the first voice, nor am I losing the quality of the guitar that's being played. So right now, I'm starting to hear the chorus come in. Now, next, what I'll see is in this song is we're going to start introducing more instruments. And as those instruments come in, the sound stage on these is pretty good because I'm still able to perceive the first guitar, the voices, and now I'm starting to listen to all these instruments coming in, and I'm 53 seconds in. Now, as we go through this, at the 1 minute sound, I now get my bass. And I can tell you, I can feel the bass too. So one of the things I like about these is not only do you have a decent sound stage, but also as we go into the app, and let's look at the app really quick. As I go into the app and I adjust the equalizer, if I increase the bass, if I increase speech, treble, or any of these areas, if I want to make the sound signature brighter versus warmer, I don't really lose anything else. So we've tested other headphones on the channel where as you increase the bass, kind of it muffles the other parts of the sound experience. That doesn't happen with the Jabra Elite 85H. So I like the fact that it keeps the sound experience the same, but highlights the things that are important to me. So you can adjust that and modify that. Now, you also have some features that we're going to be testing. But before we go and talk about this area here, let's look at the different modes that you have. So you have these moments. You can switch into a commute moment, and it's going to turn things on or off. You can have public moments, and again, you can configure each one of these to be unique based on that experience. And then what you also have is this thing that's called Smart Sound. And when I turn this on, what it's going to be doing is using the mics to listen to what's around me, and then it's going to adjust my audio experience to that environment that I'm in. Now, you can leave this on, which means that it's going to continually analyze things as soon as you put on these headphones. Now, in a moment, it's going to come back with a reading, and it's probably going to say that I'm in a public space because it hears me speaking. If I was in a library and it was absolute quiet, it'll probably going to come up with a mode that will say that it's private. Oh, here it goes. So it says that it's in a private mode. The one thing I don't like about the Smart Sound is that as it's scanning and determining what kind of sound environment I'm in, it actually tells me. So I hear this prompt that comes up. So I wish it would just stay quiet and just do its thing. But you do have that feature there. Now, another thing that you have here, and I'm going to go ahead and disable this, is you have the ability to enable active noise cancellation, hear through, which allows you to hear the world around you, and then what you have is the ability to turn it off. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to put a mic actually inside of these headphones so that you can hear what I hear. And we're also going to create a noisy environment for that. So let's get right to it. So now we're going to test the passive noise cancellation, active noise cancellation, and hear through technology. So what we're going to do is you currently hear the simulated noisy environment that I'm in. And what we're going to do is we're going to switch to what I hear as I have these headphones on. Because even though it sounds pretty loud to you, it really doesn't to me because I have this on. But I'm going to allow you to hear what I hear. So let's go ahead and do that. So now you should be able to hear what I hear with these headphones on in passive mode. And notice here in the app, nothing is enabled. So let me just stay quiet for a second and we're going to switch to active and then to hear through. Again, we're going to go from passive to active to hear through, but next I'm going to actually speak through each one so you can hear how much can be heard by the mic. This is passive. This is active. And now this is hear through. Now check out my voice. Do I sound digital? I don't. And I can hear everything that's around me. This happens to be, in my opinion, one of the best implementations of hear-through technology. I can hear everything around me, and I can hear it clearly as if I didn't have any headphones on. But I'd like to hear from you. What do you think about that? All right, so now we're simulating what it sounds like to be in a noisy environment, coffee shop setting, office setting, and we're going to switch to the actual Jabra Elite 85H's mics. Let's go ahead and do that. All right. So now, this is what my voice sounds like as I am in this noisy environment. Do I sound clear? I'm not yelling.
I'm speaking softly, speaking normally. Does my voice come out clearly? Do I seem to be in front of the noise and the noise behind me? Is the noise too distracting, or are the vocals, is my voice coming out clearly? I'd like to hear from you in the comment area below and see what you think about the Jabra 85H. That's the Elite 85H. Let me know in the comment area below.
So guys, that concludes our review of the Jabra Elite 85H. What did you think about the call quality, the active noise canceling, the passive noise canceling? In my opinion, being a business user, I think that these headphones are a game changer when it comes to battery life, audio quality, and yes, even call quality. And again, this is coming from someone who spends an average of 6 hours a day on the phone. Let me know what you thought in the comment area below because I'd love to hear from you. And again, thanks for watching.